one of our own, Dotun Ojon. He is from the Young Progressive Party. Dotun Ojon is one of our own in TVC, and it's so daring that Dotun had to go and take nomination form, not 1 million, not 2 million, not 3 million. He took his time. He went through the process. He has been campaigning across the 18 local government in Ondo State. Dotun, nice to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Dotun, I'm just looking at you and I'm like, how did you get here?
Yeah, this is a product of clear permutation on our part. We are not doing this because we just want to be popular. Of course, that's not the reason. We have seen the way things are going on in Ondo State, and we felt that at this point in time, somebody must come as a third force. Like you have said now, there's a major crisis within the fold of AC. There's a major crisis also brewing within the fold of PDP. So a lot of people are looking at, okay, who can we actually trust? And that's why we came on board. And our own has been a little bit different because in Ondo State now, as we speak, there are about 600,000 people with voters card that have never participated in any election. So what we did is we just came on board. We borrowed that from the governor of Kaduna, really. We came on board and we targeted this set of people that have never voted. And that's what we have done. If you enter Akure now, where we are, the Ondo State capital, you can just check the street, look at the billboards. There are only three. Either you belong to PDP, APC, or the Young Progressive Party. That's what we have done, and we've been able to move.
I tell you that this is a money-driven game. Do you have the financial wherewithal? Do you have the capacity? Can you stand shoulder to shoulder with parties like the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress?
I thank you so much because you said something about Ondo State being totally different. Because this is a repetition of history of what has happened. If you notice history from 1999 in Ondo State, 1999, two people contested, one lost, the other one won. In 2003, the person that lost came back, that's Olusegun Agagu, and actually won. But in 2007, a new person came on board, and that's exactly what is playing out now. You discover that the sitting governor has contested before, lost, came and contested again and won, but now it's not going to win. A new person is going to come on board. So when you talk about financial capacity, as a person, we may not have the financial capacity, but when you hit the street, you see a lot of people who are willing to bring down their 200 naira, and that's why we've been able to move across the entire local government. That's why we've been able to comb the entire political world in Ondo State. So there's going to be a lot of factors beyond money that are going to play that are going to play out. One of them that I must quickly mention to you is the fact that this is perhaps the first time in Ondo State that the entire student populace, both within the state and outside the state, are in the house. And when you check the education system of Ondo State, of this present government, it has not been favorable. So we are banking on the support of the huge number of students, the huge number of youth that are in their houses now because of this COVID-19. So we are actually spending less than what an average professional politician will spend. And we are making a huge impact.
Before I let you go, when you look at what it takes, it's always what we are going to get from it at any given word, at any way you've gone on campaign and everything. How have you been able to take your messages to those areas without giving them a dime?
You know, incidentally, you and I talked about it. It's not been free to become governor of Ondo State, and I must say that we are also financially prepared, because when we set out, I'm sorry because I have to mention some figures. When we set out, we did a research, and the research shows that for us to win, despite the fact that we are being prudent, that we need between 800 million and 1.2 billion, and we are not running away. 800 million and 1.2 billion. We are not running away from the fact that we are going to spend, but we are not going to spend like the professional politicians that the way they are spending. But we have spent a lot, and at the end of the day, you see, apart from the primary elections that will happen this week,
how many delegates are you bringing to Akure?
We are bringing about 200 delegates to Akure for our primaries.
You alone?
Yes, that will happen on Saturday.
You have to mobilize them. You have to accommodate them.
It's a normal thing that you mobilize the people, you accommodate them. It's a normal thing that you feed them. We are not running away from some of these realities. But what we are laying emphasis on is that we are not going to spend like the ordinary professional politician. But that does not mean that we are not spending. And see, a lot of people are buying naturally into our idea. What are we bringing on board? Leadership. Just leadership. We just said that when they ask us, what do you want to do? It's very simple for us to convince them. We only tell them that this is what we want to do. We want to change the direction of leadership from power to people. The current direction of leadership in Ondo State is about power, where the father wants to be the governor, the mother wants to be the deputy governor, the son wants to be the chief of staff. We are only changing that to bring people at the center of leadership purpose. And a lot of people are buying into this. It's quite unfortunate that with the resources we have, that will be at this level, people are aware. A lot of the projects that have been executed, no doubt about that, the present government has executed a number of projects, but he's totally disconnected from the people he's governing. So when they say
Ayo, I got to come in now. Ayo, I got to come in now. You guys, it's so interesting, but you've eaten up all the time, and we must go.